So it's a very small pack video today. Dudley's out there because there's balls there. He's got to rip up grass out there. So I got 3 boys. I got Pumpkin, Katniss and Nala's there, and Angel. Finn's gone walking with some of the others. Basically I've just been very tired. And yeah, rest has been really bad, and then it just kind of been busy as well. So sorry about lack of training Tuesday. It's just been one of those weeks where 2 shows, 2 days working for Petita's Pet Services, and yeah, that's been my week. So yeah, anyway, by the way, with Petita's Pet Services, we are doing temperament tests on litters. The next time we get like a good chance, we'll probably film that. So like new breeders or people new to the idea of temperament tests can actually watch and see what it's about. It's nothing that will stress or harm your puppy, but it is just our way of temperament testing. Like for example, I temperament tested a litter, and there was like one puppy that was like Little Miss Explorer, Little Miss Independent, wanted to be out and about doing everything, and didn't matter if she wasn't reliant on humans, put it that way, and she's only 6 weeks. Well, that breeder had already lined up a home with a family, but on a farm, so plenty of opportunity for that pup to have her own independent explorer, you know, interest time. And then there was this other puppy, oh my god, sweet as anything, calm as anything, and she had a perfect sort of, not therapy dog, but as close to that home lined up as it could be without it being an official title role. I actually congratulated that breeder. I was like, well done, you've like really matched up these puppies well to their homes. And yes, I think it's a really good thing, and you'll get like a little certificate and like a bit of a sort of a report card, a bit like say a card. It's going to be a sheet of paper, and it's going to be like a little bit of a breakdown of where the puppy scored well, not so well, and we test different things like their reaction to being held, being restrained, their reaction to following a toy, their reaction to playing, to working with you, to coming and having a fuss off like me as a new person and following me as a new person, and a few other bits and bobs, and reactions to new objects. Like we put a wobble board in with this litter, and some puppies had a whale of a time, some puppies wanted to watch the others on it first, before sort of getting the confidence to have a little try themselves. And now it's kind of the purpose of the test, who's the ones that are going to go barreling in 100 miles an hour, no thought, no consideration, and who are the ones that are going to sit back, watch and think about it, and think about what they're doing before they react. So yeah, anyway, I quite enjoy doing this. I like doing different things and new things, and it's like, you know, we're already trained with the qualifications we go through as part of work of Petita's Pet Services to do this. We already practiced it on our own litters, but putting it into an official capacity, and Louise has bought like new toys and stuff for us to bring out for these temperament tests. So anyway, we could do it for any breeder dog. So even if we're not going to do hearing tests, we could pop in and do a temperament test on your litter, and you get extra sheets of paper in your puppy packs for each individual puppy that we temperament test for the new owners to go home with. And you know, there was like one puppy that was particularly active, and you know, you could see she was had an opinion if life wasn't going her way, and it was like just have to be mindful of that when you're training her, that she does learn that she can't always get her own way from a young age, so that it's not a shock to her when she gets a bit older. And it's not being nasty, it's not being hard on the puppy, it's just being firm and consistent with your boundaries from a young age. Don't think, oh, it's cute, it's a puppy, she could pull on lead because she's a puppy and she's not strong. Because she'll see everything she does where she gets her own way as a win, and then things like that can progress. So it's quite an interesting thing, and as an outside party who meets the puppies there and then on the day, it's actually really good to have an independent set of eyes on it, because as breeders we see them every day from the moment they're born. We're with them every day from the moment they're born, and you get a bias, maybe an opinion towards certain puppies, and I think my assessment of one puppy in particular surprised that breeder. And then once I sort of explained what I saw and why I saw it, and then the puppy proved a little bit what I was seeing, and how I thought she'd be. Winifred, you better not be digging. He said I was biting the ground, Mummy. I wasn't digging with my feet. I was biting with my teethies. Winnie, who's a happy little chappy? So anyway, it's an interesting thing. Did you mean to do that, Poddy? You big... You excited? You excited, Winifred? Yes. You haven't got your bestie out, your Echo, have you? So you're trying to keep Echo and Katniss away from each other, because Echo keeps biting Katniss and plucking her hair. So she's got these bloody bald patches everywhere. So obviously her hair needs to grow back for showing. So but it's nice doing extra things, different things. And I feel like temperament's getting quite important, and I think a lot of people blamed lockdown for certain things in temperaments, and really temperament's the temperament. Pod was a lockdown baby. He didn't show till he was like 9 months old, nearly 9 months old. I think he had one minor puppy class because of lockdowns and shows not being on, and you can't get a more confident, laid back, chilled out dog on outings and with life in general than Pod. So Finnick's never done a ringcraft class in his life, and he's there wagging his tail, wiggling his butt because he's so happy that a judge is going over him. So yeah, I just think I can't, if I always bred dogs, is every one of the dogs I've bred got a perfect temperament? No. I'd be lying if I said they did. But don't you dig, Woodwick! But has every one of the dogs I've bred got a good temperament? Yes. Have every puppy they produce got one? Not quite. But we've had a bloody good go at it. Let's try and get this earth back in. So you guys have got to stop digging holes. Come on. Katniss Everdeen. So, yeah, anyway. I could go on about temperament a lot, and I'm not going to, because, yeah, it winds me up. It does wind me up. You could have the most perfect dog on the planet, but if he won't be gone over, he's nervous, he's not the most perfect dog on the planet. Does that make sense? my uncle always used to say, and he's into horses and show jumping, you could have the best jumper in the world, but if you can't get it to the fence, it's no good. So with show jumping, if anybody doesn't know, it's basically a course of fences, and the object of the game is to go around and jump the jumps in the order they're meant to be jumped in and keep the jumps up. Well, basically like 90% of a show jumping course is getting to the fence. So if you can't get to the fence on the best jumper in the world, it's pointless having the best jumper in the world because it's no good. So I feel like that's the same with a dog and temperament. And I quite like that analogy. I'm going to use that a lot. It's one I've just magically come to my head now. So yeah, I could get lost in the temperament discussion, temperament argument. You know, as well as Lanny, like, for example, he got hip and elbow scored. He's got 0-0 elbows. He's got 6-6 hips. So slightly high on the hip score. But each hip is scored out of 56. 56 being awful. 0 being, like, perfect. So he's still not scored particularly high on the grand scale of things and grand scheme of things. But, you know, it's a bravery thing, so to speak, to hip score him, because I could have easily buried my head in the sand, and just buried him anyway, not knowing. Ignorance is bliss and all that. But you know what? Stuck my head above the fucking parapet. Sorry about swearing. And went, he's hip and elbow scored now. And if anybody dares to criticise that his is slightly high when you haven't even bothered to test your own dogs, you could go do one. Tell I'm angry today. I'm tired and I got bad rest. And people are annoying me. And it's really not a good combo. So I'm probably going to like stop talking now before I upset loads of people. Even more than I already have. Because, you know. Anyway. I know loads of people would like agree with me as well. And that's the thing, is like, you do you, I'll do me. But don't go criticising when things go wrong. Or don't go criticising me when you've not done things that I'm brave enough to do. Like hip score. So yes, I really do need to shut up now, because I will rant and rant. Maybe this is a video for the members, so I don't upset a ton of people. Maybe it's not. No, I haven't said too much.